I know. You see. So,
Hey guys, welcome to the Tech Point Africa podcast. My name is Emmanuel.
My name is Oluwanifemi.
and I'm Tej.
Yeah, so Tej, Oluwanifemi, how are we doing?
I'm well. I'm good. It's October, the 10th month in this year, and Nigeria is 60.
Oh, nice.
I don't know how I
Nice
feel about
summary.
that.
Nice summary. Yeah, I don't really feel excited about it. It's just like someone
I'm
getting-
excited though.
Why?
Nigeria,
Why?
before they come and hold me.
So you have to be excited.
So it's our country. So we wish all Nigerians in Nigeria and all Nigerians in diaspora happy independence. We hope to see better days.
Yeah,
We
better days.
can only hope.
Yeah.
You know, the highlight of this independence is all the jingles I've been hearing and seeing about Nigeria's independence.
Really?
Where?
My favorite one is Nigeria they carry last
What?
Jesus
Where are
Christ.
you seeing those?
on TV.
Wow.
Yes, and I like the way they mix everything together, and that's the highlight. At least something to be happy about.
Wow. I can't believe I didn't hear anything like that.
I'm
Wow.
glad I
You will.
didn't.
Okay, so yeah, let's go straight to the story. So talking about better days, I think better days are coming for some African countries. French telecom giants, Orange, or however you pronounce it, they are doing something with Google. So Nifemi, tell us about that.
Okay, and Africa is once again receiving attention concerning steps to improve internet penetration and also broadband penetration. So Orange is partnering with Google to launch. They have launched in the first on October 1st to launch a low budget exclusive 4G smartphone costing like $30.
Person.
Yes, in
Yes.
African countries and Middle East. So the name of the phone is Sansa.
Sansa.
Sounds like Sansa.
Sansa stack. Okay. Alright.
So the plan is to make smartphone affordable because smartphone affordability contributes a lot to internet penetration according to GSMA. And Google has always been on that stage to help countries that are in quotes less privileged in this in the pursuit of internet penetration. So it's coming to African countries and starting with Guinea-Bissau, Cote d'Ivoire, and Madagascar in October, and subsequently other African countries will start seeing it. The interesting thing is that Sansa is not a new brand.
Okay.
So Sansa
Are they
as
African?
a brand, yes, was launched in 2019 and it's already in 13 African and Middle East countries. So this collaboration is just to make it 4G, like to make it have 4G what's it called?
Capability.
Yes.
Do you think they are like
Compatibility.
subsidizing the price too?
Yeah,
Because, I mean, just thinking about
it's
for-
quite subsidized because if you know about low budget phones, most of them are like 3G phones, 2G.
yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
But now this one is 4G. You can hardly find high-end spectral phones that are lesser. Like this, so this is quite affordable.
It's like 15K
And well,
in Naira.
In some areas you can pay in installments.
Installments.
Yes,
Wow.
and the phones will also come with airtime, data bundle. Anything just to encourage you to.
Okay, so Google is emphasizing the 4G, but my question is, how many of these countries have 4G penetration? Like, besides Africa's major markets, 4G penetration is not that widespread. Even in Accra, Ghana, you will
Yeah.
barely see 4G.
Yes,
So-
well, we can't dwell on that.
Okay.
We can't because yes, most if you don't improve the compatibility of a phone, even when new opportunities come, they
Infrastructure
might
come,
not be
yeah.
able to key into it. So, well, yes, fine, 4G penetration is still low, but still we are looking towards that. So, and I noticed that a company like Orange and Google, they've been interested in Africa for a while, even though
Yeah.
they are multinationals.
Yeah.
Yes, so most African countries have Orange as their dominant telco.
Yeah.
Google
Most
is also-
francophone
yes,
countries.
Yes.
Orange is France, right?
And
Is it
what
French
Orange
telecom?
is doing
Yeah,
is
the French
Okay, yeah.
they've been acquiring dominant telcos in those countries, and they've become dominant there. Also, Google has been involved in internet infrastructure. They've been involved in providing free Wi-Fi, the Google developer space, investing in talent in Africa. So this is not coming as strange because, well, they are so interested in Africa and they see potentials
Potential
in
market.
Africa. So we're hoping this gets to many markets in Africa and it will fulfill the plan they have for it.
Yeah, it's an interesting one, and of course, if you've been following Tech Point, you will see we did a brief rundown of Google's various moves in Africa.
Initiative.
Yeah, and of course, they're not necessarily trying to help us, trying to give back to Africa as a society. There's a large untapped market. I think they are coming
Yes.
for.
And they are coming for developers too.
Oh, of course, they're coming for
Exactly. So-
developers. Exactly.
It doesn't remove the fact that we are gifted in Africa.
Yeah, but they're coming for Android app developers. Don't forget
That's
that.
what I mean. Yeah. So
Yeah.
Okay, Android app developers.
Yeah.
Yes, not exactly coming for. Okay, this is it. Starting from September 2021,
Yeah.
all apps that are on Google Play, we have to. Is okay. This rule has always been there, but it has not really been enforced. Maybe
Okay.
probably for clarity of language. But now, every app that is downloaded from Google Play,
Yeah.
and has
And-
in-app purchase feature in it.
and they have purchase feature in it, like you have to buy it to
Or
download, subscribe, any other recurring
So like
purchase you have to
Netflix.
do. Yes, an app like Netflix that is downloaded from Google Play have to pay like 30% of every purchase that is done on the app to Google.
Wow.
It will be enforced from September 2021. The interesting thing is that 97% of of apps on Google Play they don't have this feature.
Okay.
So 3% of those apps, this only concern like 3% of apps on Google,
Yeah.
right?
So there are only 3% paid apps on Google. Wow.
Yes.
Is it just paid apps or
Paid
apps
and,
that
and
have
subs.
in-app
that
purchases?
have
purchase too.
in-app purchases.
Okay.
Wow.
So, but the thing is, some of these, most of these apps are already
Yeah.
abiding by this
And
rule,
function. Yeah.
right? But some are not abiding by it, and they cannot be held. Cannot be held against them because, well, the clarity there's no clarity to it. So now Google is now coming to say that okay, we are going to give you a free and to work. If you feel you can't abide by this rule, you can use other stores. For example, now Samsung has Galaxy Store,
Yeah.
and it has some apps on it too. You can get apps from other APK sites and
Yeah.
download
I
them.
think Techno has Palm Play something.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Google is telling you you can go and put your app on any other store. But Google is telling you that we have security, we keep your data.
Okay.
and
Yeah.
all.
But this,
So,
I think it reminds me of what's going on with Apple. Apple is currently having a struggle with Fortnite.
yes, so Google
yeah,
has the
about
same.
Epic Games. Yeah, Epic Games about the Fortnite, whatever.
So it's still on this 30% on all purchases.
So they're trying to be like Apple.
Apple is like so
It
apps
has
on
always been
Apple.
existing. Yeah.
Apps on Apple on App Store, they don't have the choice that Android developers have.
Oh yeah, no other
Because
app store.
yes,
Yeah.
so everybody is included.
We shove it down your throat.
So they might not be coming for Google as much as they are for Apple, because you can decide to go to any other store and Apple is not Google is not disturbing you rather. So yes, that is what is coming, and the space of time between now and then is like a year, so that those that are not aware can be able to integrate this billing system or just go
in the
to
next
other
app
stores.
updates. Oh,
So we are looking at how that will play out and hope they will not start getting backlashes as Apple is getting to.
Yeah. Well, personally, I don't think they will. But if coming down to Nigeria, something interesting, and these guys have been making waves for the last week. They call themselves Abeg. Yeah, of course. The discussion about whether they will have to give 30% of their money to Google will come later. But yeah, what is going on with Abeg?
Wait, they apply to that.
Yeah, don't they have
Fintech.
Don't they
I don't
have
think
an
so.
in-app? Okay,
not
that
like
thing has to be very, very
purchasing.
clear.
Yeah.
It's not like they're selling something or a service.
They are
You just
not
have to, they just provide you a digital wallet. Okay, so I beg in Nigeria it means please for our non-West
This is
African.
mild.
Well, it's
Like, please, 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 please.
yeah, it's like a play word on I and beg. So yeah,
Okay.
these guys they came up with this idea to do a cash app for Nigeria and
Mhm.
extension Africa, right?
Yeah.
So hence the Abeg app. So what Abeg helps people to do is to send money to each other using tags instead of
Oh.
using your account numbers that
Mm.
banks give you, right? You can use bank accounts, but they play on your tags to send money.
Okay.
So they launched just a week ago, and now they have over like 5,000 downloads and counting. So one thing that was striking was the way they launched.
Mm.
So I mean, they said they've been working on the app for like a year or two, but like the Nigerian tech Twitter community like came and supported them, and like when they launched, everything just blew up and all that. So the thing now is if they can maintain that momentum
Mm.
and get more people outside the Nigerian tech community.
Mm.
Because now it just seems like it's just the Nigerian tech guys that are using the app, sending money to each other and all that. And one major feature they have is this giveaway thing that happens on Twitter. I don't know if our non-West African listeners are familiar with that. So giveaway is like when how do I ever
Yeah,
explain
a popular person just wants to. Okay, so a popular person has fans. He comes online and say, "Oh, I'm doing a giveaway. I just want to give away 250,000 naira today.
it? Yeah.
Then
People
to
To some certain
randomly.
people and
Yeah.
all that.
Drop this, drop that, drop your account number."
And normally people
Yeah.
will drop their bank accounts,
Yeah.
Which is not
which is
safe.
Which is
exactly
not
which is not
safe,
safe
yeah.
and all that. So
Public
Abeg's
space.
proposition is that drop your tags
Tags.
instead. So yeah, and it's actually seamless,
Mm.
right? So with the tag, you can just send money to whoever
Is there-
wants the money and all that.
But-
So
but
they
boss,
want to
how-
become okay.
How are they making money?
Well, like all fintech, this thing, there's a bit of like commission they take from the transactions you make. You make. So, but the aim, I guess, is maybe to become like Cash App. Cash App like allows you to sell and buy Bitcoin, trade on foreign markets in the US markets and all
Wow.
that. So I don't know
this
if they
is a
have those
form of market
extension.
penetration.
Yeah, for now.
This model.
Yeah. So I mean, good luck to them. And
Yeah, that's interesting.
So
And
Tej, are you on?
yeah. So
App.
my Abeg tag is please help me. Yeah.
And how is
At-
that coming?
At please help me.
oh god.
I should open an account and tag people too.
Yeah. Please,
To support my
yeah.
hustle.
My own is Sam humble, please. I'm very
I'm
humble.
humble.
I'm humble, please. Okay, yeah.
Alright.
So talking about Nigerian startups and money and all of that. So Nigerian mobility startup Max.
Yeah, this is something
They did
out of
something
the
very,
ordinary.
like for a startup, it's companies do that most times,
Yeah,
but
startup,
for
yeah.
a startup,
even a startup in the normal like tech world. I
yeah,
don't think they do this kind of thing.
they don't. They no, not that they don't. They rarely do it.
They really do, yeah.
Yeah, so Max.ng mobility startup that is playing in almost every space or in the value chain of transportation and mobility in Nigeria. They are into logistics, they're into ride hailing, they have two-wheelers like keke or tricycles.
You mean boss?
Yeah. Yeah, they said they're even working on the bus.
Okay.
But, it's good to see. But what they did, they have electric bikes too. Yeah, so they had a lot of things doing, and of course, if you remember, last month they partnered with Ekiti State government to digitize Okada and kekes in the state. So this
Yes.
time around, they decided to float a $22 million bond. That's about 10 billion naira in Nigerian naira.
Man, what does that mean?
So a bond, it's okay. Normally, startups raise money by equity or angel investment.
Or
So
debt
or
financing.
debt financing, right? So
ICO too.
SEO.
It's ICO.
ICO,
Yeah,
crowdfunding
for-
and all that.
yeah.
Yo, so with bonds, you are able to raise money without having to give away equity. And the interest you will pay back is for a fixed rate at the end of the year. And you can keep renewing it at the end of the period. So you can decide to raise this money and use it for 3 months. After 3 months, you raise another one again. So what Max did was they floated $22 million worth of bonds. Out of that $22 million, they just gave out $1 million to investors. Local international investors, they invested $1 million. And
What do you mean they gave out? Like they say we
Like,
need $1
They
million.
allowed-
they just, a part of that bond now,
Okay.
they just opened it to investors. You get
Okay.
$1 million. That's about how much in naira you can?
It's 400 and something
400
million.
something, yeah, 400 million naira. So That is the first round. They call it the Series 1 bond or the bond. So after that round, they can keep opening it up to investors. Like you open a shelf, oh yeah, collect. Open shelf, collect, open shelf. It's like a very, very big shelf, but you open it small. Like opening a drawer.
So what if they don't find investors to?
Okay, so far so good. They've been attracting a lot of investor attractions. Like what am I even saying? They've been attracting a lot of
Yes,
investors.
yes.
Yeah, so international investors, local investors. This is in the traditional sense in Nigeria. This is the kind of markets that most people in the financial space understand. They understand stocks, they understand bonds. When you talk of capital markets, those are the main drivers of the capital market. So they are able to get more traditional investors, local investors to
instead
invest.
of the whole VC thing.
Yeah, instead of the whole visiting. So the investors don't have to take much risk, and they are not collecting equity. They just collect money, and at the end of the year, they get their return. It's almost like buying stocks. So it's a very, very simple thing. And they say they want to keep doing this. Like after
mind you,
this,
they've raised like $8 million.
yeah, they raised $80 million already, and with these bonds, they can raise up to $22 million.
So that's
At any timeline they want, they can just call for investment.
so you're just there waiting for them.
Yeah, it's basically they're waiting for them.
And it's like the first
cool.
startup to do this.
Yeah,
Well, that we know of.
that we know
that
of.
we
Yeah.
know of.
Yeah.
Yes, and I'm pretty sure that they're the first in transport sector to do something
Sure.
like this. But it's all good and it's all interesting, and we hope to see more good news from Max.
And they have plans for vehicle financing.
Oh yeah, thank you. Vehicle financing. So what they want to do is help you get a car, and you'll be paying for it little by little, and we'll be paying returns to them. So that's
interesting.
yeah. But for more details, you can go to the website and see what's going on there.
And
so
see if you can apply for bonds too.
apply for bonds, yeah. And of course, if you are looking for
I'm
vehicle,
just kidding. No, well, actually, you can. I
no,
don't know.
like you can probably contact the
That you want to
the
invest
company
True.
that helped Max, DLM Capital.
Yeah.
They can actually put you through if you're a startup. Then, if you are looking for a vehicle that you want to buy and you don't have the money full, you can go to Max and it will help you out. And it's a very, very interesting process. So, yes, one of the biggest talking points in Nigerian community this week, like it was a very, very big conversation about HealthPlus, a power struggle. What's going on there?
So yeah, like, was it over the weekend? I think over the weekend, like the past weekend. These guys, a UK-based private equity firm, Alta Sempa Capital, released a statement that they don't need the services. They no longer need the services of the founder and CEO of HealthPlus, Buki George. Yeah, Buki George is like a very known entrepreneur in Nigeria and everything. So he said they don't need our service anymore, and they're employing a chief transformation officer.
Transformation.
As in like
Transformers.
transformation officer
Right.
to lead the company through this period and all that.
Transition or something.
Yeah. So
what's
the
the
next day,
reason behind it?
that's where I'm heading. Like
As the story finished.
Hmm?
As the story finished so far.
no at all.
Okay.
So as in that happened like on a Friday.
Okay.
Then on a Saturday, HealthPlus now released their own statement that what Alta Sempa said was not true. That Buki was still they should disregard everything and all that. That Buki is still the CEO and she's still the one leading the company and everything.
Second blow. All right.
So, going into the matter, we found out that apparently, like, when Alta Sempa invested in HealthPlus, like 2018, right, $18 million, that he probably got a very, very large stake, probably around like 95%.
Okay. 95%.
That is being rumored that that's what they got, right?
Why?
Which
No. I'm just
you can
wondering.
ask Buki.
Wait. This business has been surviving for
Yeah,
see how many years, and now a funding is an
since
investment
1999.
exactly,
And
a funding is coming, and
Yeah, since 1999, she has been probably running on family, some loans and all that. So I mean, she decided to just take it 2018 to get this investment, and it's something like noteworthy for what is it called, private equity funds, right? They come in and take very large investments from your company. And you're left with something small. But the thing is, I mean, there is this talk about having a small percentage of it like having 10% of $1 billion company is bigger than having 100% of a $10 million
Yeah,
company.
but how much did they bring?
Hmm?
How much did they bring?
$80 million.
So
Well, I don't know. That. So rumor has it that they have 95% of this. But the thing now is that Bookie George is saying that they were holding the funds, right?
So,
They were withholding these funds from the company, leaving the company to bleed dry. And in the process, when the company bleeds dry, they can now
say they did not give up on their own side of the
side of the
bargain.
deal, exactly. Because I mean,
So-
giving them the funds was to grow the company, right? So publicly now it's as if they've given them the funds, but
And
Bookie
they
George is saying they've not
mismanaged.
given them the funds. Yeah. So like they manage the funds, and now Bookie is not competent enough, so they have to collect the company from her and install someone else. So that's Bookie's side of the story. But at the same time, Alta's Empire is saying that they gave them the money. She didn't live up to the expectations. They brought her on board during the COVID crisis to move the company forward. She was not on terms with them, and now they have to look for someone better. And the fact that they're a majority shareholder in the company gives them the right to do so. Because I mean, at 95%, like,
so who is
This
lying
is-
and who is telling the truth?
well, we don't know yet.
thing
That's
is,
the problem.
Maybe the matter is not even about lying or not. Is the odds that business owners have to face when it comes to equity investment.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's like if it's true that because okay, for example, 95% is for a health plus something company, like a holding company, right?
Yeah.
That is being managed by Alta Semper, and she has the 5%. So it's if that's the case, then she would have known that something like this would have happened. Because when you have like a majority shareholder in your company, then
Okay.
they can
but
make decisions like
this is a story we'll keep investigating, right?
Yeah, I mean, Bookie came out to give her own side of the story with Nairametrics saying she had to sell some of her properties or something like that. But yeah, it's something we'll keep investigating.
All right.
And all that.
That's interesting, and it's actually an interesting conversation. Like if it might be a sad one, but I think it has lots of lessons that we can learn from.
Especially for startups.
Yeah, for startup founders and those,
Private equity fund is not venture capital fund, though. Just take note for
Yeah,
startup
yeah.
founders. Yeah.
Yeah, but let's see how it goes.
So yeah, that's pretty much from the whole Alta Semper Bookie George saga. So yeah, I think that's the end of our podcast today. So if you're listening to us for the first time, Risky, where can we get out?
Okay, yeah. Don't forget, you can get this podcast anywhere you get your podcast, on Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, SoundCloud, iHeartRadio. And of course, don't forget to drop a like, share with your friends and family and your well-wishers.
And your enemies, very
and
important.
your enemies. Of course, if you have any suggestions about what we are doing, you can send us a mail to podcast@techpoint.africa. You can tweet at us. On our Twitter handle is techpoint.ng, which is techpoint.dotng. And don't forget, all the stories we wrote here today, you can find them on the TechPoint Africa website. And of course, we'll be dropping the link on the episode once it's out. So
We hope that you'll be here to listen to us next week. And have a lovely weekend and take care of yourself. Stay safe.
Bye.
bye, guys.